When I think about the holidays and what they represent, I can't help but feel a tension between the way I feel the holiday should be and the way it actually is. We hear that this season should be filled with comfort, peace, joy, and rest, but it isn't uncommon for me to hear people talking about feeling the opposite. Maybe families coming to town, maybe we're feeling stressed and tired, there's work, the holiday rush, and no time to remember what this season is all about. We live most of our lives in these ordinary moments filled with tension, stress, and worry. How could this season be about those things when they're so far from our experience? In those moments when I feel the pressure mounting, I'm reminded of the hope that exists in this season just waiting for my attention. When I think about Jesus, who this whole holiday season's built around, I'm reminded that my experience is not so different from the people in the Christmas story. It was a stressful time for the Jewish people. They were in a small kingdom sitting at the crossroads of the Roman Empire, and they were under occupied rule. And there they are living ordinary lives, worshiping, waiting for a Messiah. And it's into that ordinariness that God chose to intervene in such an unexpected way. These people are looking for someone who will come in. They're looking for a mighty political force to liberate them from Rome, and yet God chooses to let himself in through the back door. While his birth was remarkable and historic, we have to remember the circumstances were really ordinary. So much so that no one really knew their king had been born, except for a select few that God chose to tell. No massive fanfare, no big celebrations that everyone knew about, just ordinary living that God stepped into and infused with meaning. Christmas is really kicking off the start of Jesus' 30 years of ordinary living. Working, learning, growing, living an ordinary life marked by extraordinary obedience. And that's where I am left with hope. God chose to reveal his Son to the world through the everyday. If the very Spirit that filled Jesus fills his church, then I'm free to take these ordinary anxieties and tensions of living, not unlike the stresses of the Jews in the first century, and invite God to make my ordinary life an extraordinary display of his power and glory. When you're feeling the pressure, will you remember with me the blessing that we have in the everyday moments? Will you focus your attention on making each moment one of hope and gratitude? Remember that God is in the business of stepping into our lives through the back door. Though the moments are most unexpected, those are where he chooses to display his glory. Will you seek out those moments with me and set your eyes on Jesus? Join me this holiday season in inviting him into the ordinary things of your life. Let's offer up every moment to him as a chance to grow closer and become more of who we are truly meant to be in him. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Christians promoting the Jesus thing. But what you have seen are real people in whatever season of life they are in, approaching Christ as they are and finding real hope for their lives. We have tried it, and it works. Our hope for you is that you would look to Christ and see if you don't find hope also. Seek out another Christian. Show up for a church service in your community. Try it and see if you don't find hope for your life that you never thought possible. God bless.